Okay, part pivot arm. This is the one that we're going to try and do. It's a little bit complex, so I've done a bit of pre-sketching just to see if I can work this out in my head. See whether we can go from there. Essentially, this is a bit like a section view of what we're looking at. And this gap, this void in here, is the thickness of the walls of the two cylinders. So what we want to do is we want to have the endpoints of this line sitting inside of that cavity, so when it joins up, that'll all come together. So I'll start this again from scratch, and hopefully we'll be good to go. So let's go new design, new sketch on the front face. I'm going to do it down in here. So 2-point rectangle from the top to the bottom. Now this rectangle, I'm basically going to draw these sketches on there just for the arm, and then we'll come back and do the sketches on another plane. So this rectangle is 85 by 115. Okay, so it's 85 diameter, 115 high. And then we've got a second one that's sort of down. We'll just sketch in. And this one here is 55 by 100. Okay, and now we just need to dimension these from each other. So the top of this from the top of that in here is 75. And then the distance between this face to this face, as in the total distance, is 255. Okay, so basically that's where those shapes are going to end up sitting, and what we're going to do is do the sketching for the arcs in here and get that out of the road, and then we'll come back to it again. So what I'm going to do is draw a line from top to bottom there, and from top to bottom there, making sure that they are perpendicular. We're going to dimension those. Hopefully my maths is all correct, because I'm assuming that the thickness of the walls on each of these is 12.5, and the same with this one. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to create the sort of S shape that's going between that. So I'm going to use a 3-point arc, and just draw that in roughly, so something like that, and then another one going like that. Okay, now I want these two arcs to tangent, which means they'll not blur nicely. Then we're going to do the radius of these. This is where sometimes it starts moving all over the place and becomes a bit of a pain. Okay, so that's roughly the first one. Now what I'm going to do is we need to, we can move that around a little bit at the moment. See, it's still quite flexible. Okay, so we can sort of drag and stretch, and if I grab that one in the middle, we can sort of roughly pull the whole thing down. Okay, so we need the height of this point to be 30 mils from the top of this line here. Okay, that's worked so far. And then we need the top of the other line, so this point needs to be 90 from the bottom. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so you can see now the lines don't actually meet. We can drag those points over a little bit and try and bring them as close as we can to the our sides, and same with this bottom one, we can stretch it across. Oops, hopefully. And if it doesn't let us go like that and like that, so now what I want is just to place a little straight line that goes from there into the middle of that shape, and one going from there into about the middle of that shape. Now the reason being is that we're going to draw a square here and sweep that along that profile into this other shape that's here. Alright, so let's go finish sketch. You can see that it's not fully constrained, it's not black like the other ones, but that's going to be like the best that we can sort of do at the moment. So now we're going to do is, I'll just go back to this plane. We're going to go create sketch, and we're going to create a sketch on this. So now we're looking at it vertically. Grab our circle tool, and we are going to draw a circle on this space here. Now the circle that we want to do is 85. Oops, undo that. No, actually that's right, we can just dimension this. So we want this at 85. Okay, and if we looked at this side on, that'll line up with the sketches that we've done. So we've got that one there. Okay, now the inner circle of that is a diameter of 60. So we're going to draw a second circle of 60. Enter, finish sketch, and we're going to extrude that shape the distance down of 115. Now obviously go the other way, so you have to put a minus in that. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to do the same with this one here. Now to get drawing on the top of this, we have to do an offset plane. So we're going to go offset plane from there, and that's going to be -75, and go OK, and that should be lining up. We can just quickly check this. Lines up with the top of the other one, which I think it does. So now we're going to go create sketch on there, and grab our circle and just sort of roughly put it over here somewhere. We'll constrain all this in a minute. So we've got 55 is the first one there. Now the center between centers on these are 185. So now we can go, because this one's constrained, we can go center to center. It wasn't too far out. 185. Okay, draw another circle inside of that one, which is 30. Enter, finish sketch. Grab that and do that, and this is -100. -100. Go OK. Alright, so now we've sort of got our two shapes. We're going to try and draw a sketch now to get to this point here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and construct a plane that's running into that shape there. So we're going to do an offset plane. And we're going to have to go 255 minus hang on, my math is just going to rubbish here. 255, that's going to be half of 55 is 25, 27 and a half, plus that point of that. So we might even be able to just go, actually, I've got an easier way of doing all that. Go back to this sketch. We want this plane to be on there. So let's do a distance then from that point there to that point there. 205 is where we want that, offset that plane to. Okay, so let's go finish sketch. Go back into that offset plane. We're going to offset that plane from there a distance of 205 of it, negative. Go OK. Now let's have a bit of a look. Oh, yep, I think that's going to be OK. Alright, so now we're going to create a sketch on that plane. Slice all that away. Okay. So what we're looking at now is where that dot is. You can see our path coming down here. Where that dot is, we want to utilize that. So the profile of this thing is 20 by 40. So we're going to do a sketch on there. That is 40 mils that way by 20 mils that way. Let's enter. And then we've got to try and dimension that somehow to make it align to this. So we want distance between that to that being 10. Okay, let's just sort of move this around and have a look. Okay, so now our profile is intersecting with that path. So let's see whether this works. We're going to go finish sketch. And what we want is we want to try and create a sweep. That is that profile. The path is that one there. Let's have a look at it from the front. Well, that looks pretty good. We don't want it to cut, we want it to join. And let's just make sure that, yeah, that's what we want. Don't want any gaps in between that. So that is looking pretty good at the moment. Same at the other end. Excellent. Okay, let's go join. Excellent. That's sweet, mate. All right. Now that we've got that, we're going to put some fillets around everywhere. So we need a 12 mil fillet that is going to go around this edge here, like that, and then spin that around, and another fillet down the bottom here on that space there of 12. Oh, why is that so? Fillet chamfer could not be created at the requested size. Try adjusting the size, deselecting some of the edges by disabling tangent chain or using multiple illustrations. Huh? Okay, so I still won't do that. That's very interesting that it worked on one side and not on the other. Okay, I think we might be able to. Have we got more than one body here? No, it's still got one body. You notice there's a little triangle down the bottom of that? Why is that so? Okay, so let's do 12 on that. Yep. Okay. Oops. And let's do 12 on there. Won't let us to do 12 on that one. And what about on the other side here? Actually, let's just try the top one first. Okay, let's go like that. Put it there. 12. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know why I did that, but there we go. We had to do it as 4 separate stages, but we got there in the end. Okay, so that's all done. Now, the inside of this, we've got a chamfer. So let's go modify chamfer. That one there is a 2 mil chamfer. And we've also got one over here, but we can do that. So go like that, go back, chamfer there, 2 millimeters again. Okay. And I'll do the bottom ones the same as well. So modify, chamfer, that one, 2 millimeters. Okay, and then it's got a 6 mil chamfer on the outside edges. So modify, chamfer, outside, 6. Rotate that up. And chamfer again. That one, 6. Okay. And then we've got to put a hole on this face here, which is going 12 mil only through one side. So I'm not going to try and draw a, you could go struct and you could go tangent plane on here. Let's have a look at that. Oops. That's at 0 degrees, go OK. So that gives us a face there. I could go sketch onto that, draw a circle. Our circle looks like it's in the middle and it is 12 diameter. And let's just, we need to sort of project that edge. But, so let's see whether we can do that, project. And go bodies, okay, will let us do that. No, let's try the other one. That one, that one, that one. Okay, at least we've got a point that we can reference that from. That's it, 42.5. Yes, that's what we want. Now we want it 60 from the top face, which is there to there. So 60, enter. Okay, go finish sketch. Grab extrude. Let's do this as a cut. So I'm just going to drag that through and cut. Okay, there it is. That's good. Okay, so it's looking good so far. Now, I think we had some smaller fillets that look like they're on the arm, but it doesn't actually sort of say what they are. So I'm going to just sort of say, make those up and make them look like that, you know, just so it looks similar to what we've just been doing. So let's go fillet and choose 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. Let's try 2 millimeters. Okay. Oh, we're going to have fun again, are we? Okay, we might have to try this one at a time. 2, 1, 21. Oh, it's not going to let us do that because of these fillets here, I think. There we go, so now we've got it. So we do 2 on the edge. I think we've got something there, that's what's causing a bit of conflict, so it's red. That's because there's no blend there. Let's go cancel. I wonder if we go in our timeline and bring all that back so that we've done that just after the sweep before the other ones. So if we go like this, and then we try doing that, and we went something like 3. Yep, that works. Okay, so let's try the bottom. Go fillet. Do that one at 3. That worked. Okay, so we're going to go fillet, that and that and that at 3. And that worked. And lucky last, we'll do this other one. So fillet again, that, and 3 on that one. Now this may well chuck a big hissy fit in a minute. So if we do that, basically what we're trying to do is insert those fillets before we do the other fillet. So now let's just see, if we go back, oh, fillet 3, 4 and 5, it hasn't really enjoyed that, but you can see how it's like gone all basically crappy. That one worked down there, but these ones didn't. So let's go into here and go edit feature, and it's not going to like add a fillet, and we did that at 12, I think. That's not going to let us do those. Wonder if we go delete. Huh. Let me delete that one. but still not happy with those other ones, is it? So let's go back. This is find where we did those there. Okay, so we want that one. So we're going to delete that one. And then it goes on to the other end. Okay, so now let's just retry and do those fillets up here. Fillet around that edge, 12. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a process, but we got there. So there is our pivot arm, and although it was a bit long-winded, we got there in the end. So well done. All right, see you in the next video.